Good morning, everyone. It is fall. The leaves are starting to turn a beautiful color and fall from the trees. So we are here this morning to discuss leaf collection in the city of Harrisburg. Thank you all for coming out. What I have in my hand is a brown compostable paper bag, which is designed to take leaves. If you look at the one here by the podium, you'll see it's tall, it's large, it's relatively easy to fill, and they are available at hardware stores and other stores throughout the community. We also have a supply of them available for free on a first-come, first-served basis at the Public Works facility on Paxton Street. That's available every day, Monday through Friday, 7:30 in the morning until 4 o'clock. You can come, get some bags, meet the team, and they will greet you. What we are asking for this year is voluntary participation in our new leaf collection program. We are asking people, if you are able, and the key is if you are able, to bag your leaves, to please bag your leaves in these brown bags and put them out at the curb between now and the end of the first week of December on street cleaning nights. If you do that, it'll make it extremely easy for our Public Works team to follow behind those street sweepers, pick up those bags of leaves, and take them to be composted at the composting site in Swatara Township. That is the best way to get your leaves composted and to help our Public Works team do their job. We understand that not everybody's going to be able to do this, and we also understand that we are going to be picking up leaves the old-fashioned way too. But the problem is, if you don't bag your leaves and they just end up in the street, the leaves get dirty. Trash mixes in, gravel mixes in, other types of debris mixes in, and when the leaves get dirty, we can't compost them. And that essentially means that the leaves end up getting disposed of at the incinerator, which is not appropriate for leaves, and we actually end up having to pay to dispose of them rather than doing the right thing and taking them to compost. So, if you can, please, residents, bag your leaves and leave them out on street cleaning nights, and we will come and collect them. That is the main announcement this morning. It is a little different than the way things have worked in the past. And again, this is not a punitive program. We are not out to fine individuals if they don't bag their leaves. We are out to encourage voluntary participation in this change in an effort as we continue to reform practices here in Public Works. This is our plan for this fall, and again, it takes place between now and the end of the first week in December. By next year, we hope to have our own composting site, hopefully within the city limits and a whole new plan. It is true that our equipment is aging. There's no doubt about that. And we're also looking in the new budget to hire some new workers that can assist in leaf collection, as well as new equipment that can do a better job of suctioning up and picking up the leaves than we currently have. But regardless, the more people that voluntarily participate in picking up the leaves, the easier the job will be for our Public Works workers, and that's the message we wanted to get out this morning. And if you have any questions, we are here to answer them. Yes?
How big of a problem has this been in the past? You said that it costs every time you have to take these dirty leaves to the incinerator. Do you have like a dollar amount that you all have had to spend in the past because people are not paying for that?
Well, it's $190 a ton at the incinerator, and that's not the proper way to dispose of leaves. But the issue is that's when they get dirty or when people mix them in with their trash. And what we are saying is the proper way to dispose of leaves is to have them composted. The way we can do that is if they stay clean, and the easiest way for homeowners to participate in that is using a bag, which they can either buy themselves, or if they can't afford a bag, to stop by Public Works and get a limited supply. It is possible that if there are large collections of leaves in one place, they are clean enough to be composted. So it's not to say that every leaf which isn't in a bag is going to the incinerator, but we do have a problem, a historic problem, of the leaves getting dirty and not being able to be properly disposed of. And that's what we're trying to address with this voluntary program. But I don't want anyone to panic No one is going to be fining you, or this is not an effort to try and make your lives more difficult. This is an effort to slowly, incrementally continue to change past practices to something more appropriate for a modern city like Harrisburg, and to help the public figure out ways to help Public Works do their job better.
Just one more question.
Yes.
How many free bags do you have?
So I think we have a few thousand free bags already, more to come. We're going to be doing a transfer of some additional money from the environmental host fee on Tuesday at the next council meeting, but they already have a supply at Public Works today. So you can come by and get some now. You can get some more as you need them over the course of the next weeks. We're trying to do this right ahead of the leaves. I know they haven't really started to fall yet, but there should be plenty of bags available. But if you can't afford to get your own bags, again, we're asking residents who can afford to do it, go ahead and buy your own. I'm going to go to Home Depot. I'll buy a package of 5 bags, and I'll do my yard this year.
How much for the host fee?
There's going to be a transfer on next Tuesday's agenda. I think like $6,000 or $7,000.
Mayor, is it the end solution to have a vehicle that drives around the city and vacuums and leaves off the street? That's what used to be done?
That is a good solution in some respects, but I think encouraging homeowners that can do it to bag the leaves is still very helpful.
But didn't the city get grant money from DEP to purchase a vehicle?
We got grant money this past year to purchase a recycling truck, which is beautiful and big, and we have a little bit of that grant money which we can apply towards a new leaf collection vehicle. We haven't purchased that vehicle yet. We got the recycling truck in place first.
Okay, how much do you have with a leaf vehicle? How much does a leaf vehicle cost?
I think it depends on the type of leaf vehicle. We're actually looking at a couple different types of machinery, and one of them is involved in the street sweeping negotiation we're currently having with Capital Region Water. We'd like to have a leaf-only collection machine, but also we'd like to have new street sweepers which have a suction means of dealing with leaves different than what we currently have. So it's multiple equipment, all of which we'd like to put in next year's budget for Public Works.
But when would they be on the streets, actually? If they go into the budget?
Well, by next fall's leaf collection time.
So
this is a one-year. This is a plan for this year. It gets us through this year. Next year, maybe we have our own composting site. Maybe we have new equipment and we can adapt. But I think there's always going to be a component whereby we're asking homeowners that can, in areas where you're not completely overwhelmed with trees and leaves, to go ahead and bag your leaves and to put them out so that they can be picked up and composted. Makes sense. It's a simple request if you can do it. Yes?
There are neighborhoods in the city which have a lot of trees, and that means a lot of leaves, and a lot of residents who feel like, you know what, we don't feel like bagging hundreds of bags of leaves if we're not able to get our hands on this free supply. What happens if they don't bag their own leaves and they just go back to what they've been used to over the course of the last
If they
how many
can't
years?
do it, they can't do it, and the city's going to pick up the leaves as we have always picked up the leaves, which in this instance generally involves a big scooping dump truck and another truck sort of working in tandem with each other, as opposed to a high-tech machine that could suck up all those leaves more quickly. So those that can bag leaves, if they bag leaves, even if it's only a modest percentage of residents within Harrisburg, that will save time and energy and allow Public Works to have more time to pick up the other leaves. So again, it's a voluntary program. It's a good program. It's a simple one which says, please bag your leaves if you can. If you can't, and we do understand that there are sections of the city which have tremendous numbers of leaves. We are currently planning ahead to try and have better equipment and a better ability to do that next year.
What about the Bellevue Park neighborhood especially? So I know that there were residents that were concerned. I think just referring to the municipal.
Well, no one should be concerned because nobody is going to be fined, or we're not out to get anyone. What we have done is asked people if they can to bag their leaves. Now, there's some residents in Bellevue Parks that hire contractors to collect their leaves. Well, ask the contractors to either haul the leaves away and have them composted themselves, or to bag the leaves as a part of that service. That would be good. If they can bag them themselves, please bag them. And if they can't, the city will be picking them up as we always have picked them up. So no need for panic, but we are trying to encourage compliance with this new voluntary compliance with this new compostable bag program, because it's a good thing to do. And again, I know I said this before, but it will make sure that the leaves are composted, because it will keep them from mixing with trash and getting dirty in the street, which is a problem.
Just in terms of the timing of the announcement of this, I mean, did this catch the city kind of by surprise or unprepared? People have said that this came a little later than they would have liked.
No, we were always planning to do this in the fall before the leaves came down. We've had a lot of changes in sanitation over the course of the past year, so we didn't want to announce it too early when it might have gotten mixed in the message about the distribution of the cans or the changes to recycling. So I think this is the right time. People are paying attention, and this is what we'd like to ask them to do with the leaves. Yeah.
Has there been a problem with leaves getting, I guess, just stuck in the drains and clogging the drains, causing flooding or anything?
Yeah.
Has that been a big issue?
That is an issue, and there is a whole stormwater management component to all of this, which is if the leaves get in the streets, not only do they clog the drains at the surface level, but they can get below those storm drains into the actual system itself and cause problems. So there are many reasons to try and prevent these leaves going into the street, good environmental ones and ones that will help with our stormwater management. Yes?
What about, I know you said that there's no penalties or fines for people who aren't able to rake up their leaves, but what if people rake leaves into the street in defiance of this call to action?
Well, then the city will be having to pick them up.
So there will be no fines, like.
There are no fines for this. This is us asking people, if they can, to bag their leaves so that we can compost them easily. It's a really simple request. We're even providing free bags if you can't afford them. It seems like pretty much a non-controversial thing. And that's the way we've always done leaves. But I guess our belief is, if we can have that be 80% of the number of leaves that are normally in the street, or 70% of the leaves that are normally in the street, that is an incremental change which is meaningful, which will allow Public Works to do a better job, will be good for the environment, and so let's get started if we can do it. Okay.
Someone had mentioned yesterday that they view this as like a soft form of a tax increase. What would you say to that?
I think that's ridiculous. If that person does not want to bag their leaves, they do not have to bag their leaves. But we certainly hope that many residents will bag their leaves and will help the city out in this way. This is, again, a voluntary program, and it's a good program for the environment, and we'd like people to participate. And we will make changes and have hopefully a new site and new equipment in place for next year. This is the plan for this year, and again, you can put the leaf bags out on street cleaning nights. Everyone knows where that is in their neighborhood, through the first week of December. So that gives us the rest of this month, next month, and the beginning of December. Okay? Yes, Mr. Cluck.
Will the bags be available this evening at the final
Yes.
trash and trees at 1820 Paxton?
Boy, you're good. You're good, Mr. Cluck. So if people have questions and they would like to speak to the Public Works Director, the Recycling Coordinator, or the Mayor, or the Environmental Advisory Council in person, it just so happens that tonight at the Public Works facility at 6:30, we are having our final Talking Trash and Trees, parentheses, and Leaves meeting at the Public Works facility. So not only could you come out and speak to us about trash or recycling or leaf collection or yard waste or the proper way to bundle tree trimmings, but you can pick up some of these bags tonight.
You
Good
might
point.
want to reiterate when they're put out.
The-
Street cleaning.
One more time on that, just in case it wasn't clear. You can put your bags out on street cleaning nights in your neighborhood between now and the end of the first week of December. Again, we're asking you not to put them out with the trash, but to put them out at the curb on street cleaning night. That way, street cleaners will come through, and then the public works staff will come through, collect the bags, take them directly to be composted. It's the best way to be environmentally friendly.